Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it pick a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make him a throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen him. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see? They didn't can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see? They can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just talk on the Friday. But go and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, go and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black? Big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
what we celebrate in Jamaica, what we protect in Jamaica, the only time we saw that happen was in a so-called dictatorship. And even a dictatorship rejected because of the danger it poses of one family taking control of the country. Good morning and welcome. Can we get Yamhead? Question mark at the end. It is Sunday morning, the 16th of November. The year done, 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 done. Welcome, one and all. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're also going to try and make some money off the scammers this morning because we see the scammers are inviting people to give address and telephone numbers and names and all of that. We can give ours, but we'll take up the offer. We're taking up the offer. Anyway, my peeps, how do you do? Good morning. Welcome to the bleeding hearts. Oh, you bleed your poor heart out. You have bled your poor heart out. So what? Anyway, morning, everyone. Morning. Welcome. Thank you all for joining us this morning. We're going to look at the dangers and how fast we're trotting along down the road to dictatorship. Some of you just cannot see it. Many of us have seen it glaringly. Our job is to wake you up to the dangers that surround us, the dangers of us going back into servitude, the dangers of us under military and dictator rules, the danger of the entire country being ghettoized for private interest investors and international multi-corporations. Wake up, Jamaica. Wake up. We don't come out here and try to wake up because we fool. We have seen the dangers that surround all of us. But some of us, those of us who are awoken to what is going on, we may just have to form a group to ourselves and do like what the Maroons had to do when some of you sleeping deads. Refuse to wake up, pay attention, and listen. The love of your government has become so dangerous. The blind love of your leaders have become so dangerous to all of us. I cannot tell you how scary it makes one feels when one think of the dangers that surround us and then the struggle you have to paddle through just to wake people up. But, oh no, to my community of part and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning. Good morning to the bleeding hearts and all of you lot. Debbie Jarvis TV, real sweet, good morning. Good morning. Pamela Akola, good morning. Andrea Joan Hamilton Wilson, morning. Lynette Jenkins, Suzette Williams, good morning. Winston Dawkins, good morning. Lorna Emery, Carl Williams, good morning, one and all. Morning and welcome. We're going to deal with Andrew and Juliet before we go to the scammers and the criminals. Let's go to Darrell Vaz first. Darrell Vaz have a lot of questions to answer when it comes to the relief effort. When it comes to the relief effort, that is not paddling, Jamrock. Patricia, how are you? That is not paddling through that small dinghy boat of the Ministry of National Security and the ADPEM, the HAGPEN crooks. there seems to be a problem with people assisting Jamaica if you're not coming through the government, Kalindama Morning. If you're not coming through the government, it seems like there's a hot scot, Darrell Vaz. Because people don't understand a back argument to the plane crash the other day. When the Jamaica government cast the plane crash, we're saying the pastor and his daughter who crashed were assisting Crisis International in getting their aid in Jamaica. Crisis International was blocked by airline from getting their aid into Jamaica. The two chip what they get is a connection in a Cayman with Alexander assist them to get it in. Nobody's asking the question, what is the issue between Crisis International and the government, why they've been blocked from carrying their aid to assist Jamaicans in disaster zone? Similarly, Cajun Reserve, I can't remember the correct name, but Cajun Reserve, I think there are some retired army people. They are on the ground in Jamaica. They have a lot of expertise and all sorts of things to assist. But the government is not giving them the go-ahead and the all clear. So people are not understanding the dangers we are in at the moment when the help we thought we were getting or is coming. In a lot of cases, we are being denied that help. And it is becoming something that all of us must pay attention to. And before we go to the wholenesses this morning, we're going to go briefly.
Marcus Mosiah Garvey was born.
Hold on. We're going to go briefly again to Pastor Sandra before we go to Andrew and Juliet, because I want you all to come up to speed. I want you all to come up to speed because things is wiring away around us, and not a lot of us are aware. And these are the reasons for bringing information like these to you, because I want you to go out there and read, research information, find useful information, not the bagger we more sound of love and gravitate to. Arlene Scott, how are you? Not the bagger and entertainment that more sound gravitate to. Because if you don't pay attention to geopolitics when me telling about it, you would have clearly understand what is going on in our country and why the government is behaving the way the government is behaving, despite the tantamount of help we see coming into the country for the people.
Marcus Mosiah.
I know how international donors stay when they must send relief to disaster zone. Mattress come, zinc come, tarpaulin come, food come, generator come. All sort of thing they send. They not just send food. Why is the people on the ground not getting them? When we talk, the government, be nice to the government. Then let's listen why you should want to learn.
Garvey was born in St. Anne's Bay on August 17, 1887, and he died on June 10, 1940 in London, England. By 1914, Marcus Garvey had already traveled to Central America and to the United Kingdom, where we observe black people at work and at play and their struggles. And he formed that very same year in 1914 the United Negro Improvement Association, the UNIA. Now, by 1916, Garvey had decided to migrate from Jamaica, and he left for Harlem, New York. And it was in Harlem that his UNIA organization was headquartered. By 1918, Garvey had begun to publish, and he published the Negro World in 1918. By 1919, Garvey had founded the Black Star Line Steamshipping Company, and that was in contrast to the White Star Line Shipping Company, which had owned the Titanic. The Titanic ship had sunk on its maiden voyage from Ireland to New York in April 1912. Now, the Black Star Line Steamshipping Company, formed by Garvey, was able to solicit funds by selling shares in blocks of 5, and a lot of persons invested in Garvey's dream and vision, and Garvey was able, through the Black Star Line Steamshipping Company, to purchase 3 ships. The first ship that he bought was called the SS Frederick Douglass, and that ship had a voyage from New York to the Caribbean, but it was fraught with problems, maintenance problems and defects. Now, he also bought a excursion ship by the name of Shady Side, and that ship too had its fair share of maintenance problems. And then the third ship that they had bought was so badly defective that it was never able to be launched. So it is said that Garvey's white intermediaries encouraged him to purchase these defective ships, and because of by 1920, Garvey had planned the one of the largest international convention of black people, and thousands of black people in 1920 turned up. And so the American authorities were frightened that this man was advocating black nationalism at a time when they had segregation in America. So it is said that the FBI infiltrated the UNIA organization and undermined Garvey's steamshipping company, the Black Star Line. It was his aim and vision.
You wait, Jamrock. Jamrock, you wait. Me come out for him this morning. Come in and know where I hold him up.
That this steamshipping company would promote black entrepreneurship. It would be a trading vessel, and that it would also repatriate black people to Africa, because that was one of the philosophies of the UNIA organization, the repatriation of black people. Now, by 1923, Garvey was charged with mail fraud, and the allegations were that he was using the U.S. mail services to send out pamphlets soliciting funds for a ship called the SS Phyllis Wheatley, which he had not yet owned. And as a result, Garvey was convicted and sentenced to 5 years for mail fraud. He actually spent 2 years in the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary. By 1927, Garvey had received it wasn't a pardon, it was his sentence was commuted, and he was deported to Jamaica in 1927. When Garvey arrived on the
That bit, my knowledge of that bit, he was, after they commute his sentence, he was deported to England, not to Jamaica. That's my discrepancy on that bit only. Because at that time we carried British passport.
island, Garvey did not sit down, and neither was he passive. Garvey formed the first modern political party in the history of Jamaica called the People's Political Party. But this party did not get much traction.
PNP, for those of you who don't know, the half-hearted ideology that you band around with, because you not even use the full ideology. The Mandleys were the closest to go to the Garvey's PPP. That's where your political party comes from, okay? From the Marcus Garvey PPP. That's where your People's National Party comes from. But it's a more half-hearted bit of what Marcus Garvey really meant. I hope you understand that.
Because at the time, voting was pinned to one's property and one's income. So most black people were not able to vote. But that party, the PPP, promoted free education. They had land reform, which is a topic right now that is popular. And it advocated for workers' rights. Garvey also, through the PPP, advocated for judicial reform, and also for, what was the other one now? That Jamaica should have its own university. Also, he advocated for minimum wage. So Garvey was a visionary, you see, because all of these things later down, you will see that they influence people like Norman Mandley and later Michael Mandley with the minimum wage and free education and all of that. Now, when Garvey came back to Jamaica, he founded the Edelweiss Park, and I believe Edelweiss is now called Curfew Place. This was a complex where his UNI organization was headquartered, and also they had a school there, and it was used as a community center as well. But by 1936, Garvey left Jamaica for England. But by this time, his health was failing, and in 1940 he suffered a stroke and died in London. Now Garvey's philosophy lived on. Garvey had a lot of writings, and Garvey believed that Africa for Africans at home and abroad. Garvey also coined the saying that we should emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. And that quotation was popularized by reggae icon Bob Marley. Also, Garvey said that a people who has no knowledge of its past, of its origin, its past history and its culture is like a tree without roots. So Garvey had so much to say, and he influenced Pan-Africanism. He influenced people like Malcolm X. Garvey was able to influence Leonard Howell, who was the first Rastafarian. And so Garvey played a major part in the emergence of Rastafarianism in Jamaica. Garvey was also able to influence many political leaders in Jamaica and in Africa. So Garvey's legacy lives on. All right. So the next time we meet, we'll discuss the emergence of Rastafarianism in Jamaica. God bless you. Amen. I understand.
Right. The purpose for me bringing this information to you this morning, before I bring Juliet and Andrew to you, if you don't understand where it starts, you're going to confuse halfway in it. That's why it's important for our children to go to school regular. Because if you go bips and baps in the curriculum, you'll rather get confused halfway in it. How much, ask yourself the question, do we know of Marcus Garvey as Jamaicans, barring he's our national hero? How much do we really know? I say this to people all the time. If you want to learn about Garvey, you have to look to Africa. It was why when Woody Maya came to Jamaica, he could tell us so much about Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey is studied in Africa. You may want to ask yourself why your government refused to bring you this history. But before we go to Andrew Holness and Juliet Holness danger, no, I'm going to leave this Darrell Vaz thing for when we get to Darrell Vaz. Can I deal with Andrew and Juliet first before we get to Vaz? Let's go to the fifth element. No, leave fifth element last. Go to 119 and cut. I don't know if you notice, go on Andrew's Facebook page. Now that the roads are open, have you seen the optics of the entire Jamaica Labour Party disgracing Jamaicans with the liquor bag them where they might take picture with? Now that the roads are clear so they can drive around and take their Instagram and Flingstagram and what's it or other picture, you notice how they are out? You notice that they are out. Know that they can get, the flood waters are subsiding, the roads are clearing. Have you seen the entire Jamaica Labour Party out on road? Deliver package and take picture for the election campaign. It was exactly what that councillor did to Jess the other day. Just did the work, but the council got to go turn up with the camera, click, click, click. Look on me, election will come up February. Isn't that what it is about? It's an election. Even when they're saying to Lord Jesus this morning, it is Sunday. Even when they're saying to us, take the politics out of it. It's a full-blown election campaign. And the back of the disaster and the suffering of the people, a full-blown election optics. We don't know if we know what the Prime Minister and him friend them are going with. It's all optics. It's all optics.
It is a shame and disgrace.
Things that come from here, there, and everywhere. And you can't see it go to the Jamaica people. Them, you know, see a match, zinc, tapali, and not reach them. Just a little source of food. Food alone is not aid in a disaster. Food alone is not relief in a disaster. Dunce. This government is woeful. This government is woeful. And let me say this to Jamaicans. When we cuss and carry on nasty and go on, it's the way that was designed for us as Jamaican to express ourselves. We not teach us one of the bumbo clat way, because we never teach in a way. Every Jamaican, when you poke them, we jump out of wicked. So no stop talk like say we behave different from any other Jamaican that is upset. When we upset is how we express ourselves. It is something that was handed down to us and teach. We're not different. So that's so we're going to continue to express ourselves. You understand? Okay? With the nice na me ears when I make no sense.
It is a shame and disgrace how the Jamaican government has been responding to this catastrophe. Shame and disgrace. You should have shame on yourself. You leave it to private citizens, corporate donors, donor agencies from Jamaica and abroad. What you say? Are them for do it? And our government for do it. And this meeting with Ramesh was nothing but a public relations gimmick. Prime Minister.
This is the government, you know. Well, when Zara Burton asked them some question in the press conference where they about some emergency legislation in the IC and the Access to Information Act, to loosen up, forgive with faster accountability information on the spending and the contracts in all of this brouhaha. Dana Dixon said they're not focusing on legislation at the moment. But in the middle of the disaster, this government have time to plan concert. This government can go sit down with people like Ramesh, them where do better than the government anyway. You understand? Ramesh should do better than him, and him not shame enough to go sit down with Ramesh to take the glory. This Jankro.
Now is not the time for PR. We don't need no PR. Because I don't know where you set up the cameras. Set up Ramesh, sit down in a chair, record everything, edit it, and put it out. Where that for? We don't need that.
Everything is about PR for this government. Me buck up that young man here on TikTok. So much of us is begging you all to wake up.
Yo, me not lie, but
on the video, the Marcus Garvey video, it's full time. It should be of a national urgency that we drop the bullshit of JLP and PNP and talk about nationalism. PNP and JLP is bullshitting us. It is time that we talk about nationalism in our country, where it's our country and us first, and not our politician as it has been structured at the moment. Because you know we can't even talk about how we country rolling back way down the hill. Auntie Dana! Remember Auntie Dana, when you did say, we forget back Andrew, because the country go in the wrong way down the hill. My God, what a word. Anyway, back to over here. So we're begging you to wake up. Drop the PNP and the JLP protecting bullshit and focus on nationalism. We look out for we the people and we country, rather than for we rich, thieving, crooked, corrupt leaders on both sides of the fence. Unapologetically. Hang on.
yo, me not lie, but brother, some Jamaican people now go wake up. And this is where Area Tubman have to leave.
Of course, Ramesh and Andrew's puppet in
leave them behind. Some of them have to get killed, bro. Because some Jamaican people now go wake up. Because me I tell you, say Andrew one is selling out. And before some people listen, you want me to say, them coming at the comment section and a bulk clad tell me, say, me must PMP because, like, if Andrew one is shitting at some on the motor blood clot, open the motor and shitting on the motor.
This is the problem. Jamie, you can't talk. And on a PNP, you be. You cannot speak up in our country. And you're not PNP. You can speak up as an ordinary Jamaican, you know. You can speak up as a concerned Jamaican. You can speak up as a Jamaican with say we have enough resources and we can get better if we have better governance and if they ain't tap thief off with money. No, then Jamaican they don't exist. If then Jamaican they exist, Them a PNP.
No swallow it. Come, I never see another group of people so fool. Me never see another group of people so fool. Like, me see comedian actually. Comedian I come on this happy and I say, people are fool because they think say Andrew Holness create the storm. Listen, people. No one is saying Andrew Holness create the storm. That's not what nobody's saying. No one is saying Andrew Holness create the hurricane. No one is giving Andrew Holness that much power. No. He may steal a lot of money, have 20, 30 bank account, but no one is giving Andrew Holness that much credit. Andrew Holness is a puppet and he's a thief. You feel me? That's it. We're not saying Andrew Holness create no storm. What we're saying is Andrew Holness know who did it. He also co-signed on them doing it. That's what we're saying. So to see some of them comedians come out here with them heavy tongue attack about Andrew Holness, on a nonsense, on a fool, you think say Andrew Holness create storm. Some on a favorite number a blue, some on a favorite color of number 5. On a fool. Yo, some on a comedian need to stick with making jokes, putting on a wig and makeup, and leave serious business to people with some sense. Because we not just attack on this up here in the summer, we know. On this a serious side here, we not just attack, bro. We know what we attack about. Maybe Andrew Holness pay someone on good, because I see you in the campaign with Andrew Holness, say, well, I don't know. Maybe him play on a good or him touch someone. You see me and say, but, bro, stick to comedy. Someone need to stick to comedy. Make people laugh, because that's not good for. When it comes to serious business, someone don't know. Someone can't get serious. Someone can't snap out a character. No can't. And someone not even blood clot funny.
I don't know what it's gonna take. Some of our people are gonna be left behind, You remember that gospel song from Glenn Samuels, What If You Should Be Left Behind? Some of you are going to be left behind. Not for the rapture and for the kingdom of God. No.
Jamaica, come close.
Not talking about that fairy tale. I mean, left behind in slavery, left behind in dictatorship, left behind in the ghettoization. But together, if we become nationalists in our country, but the whole of them freedom, when we put Jamaica first, rather than this thief, this criminal, this corrupt, inept, nepotistic leader. This is what is killing our country. What Zimbabwe rejected, a wife and husband taking over the reins of government or country in Jamaica. Celebrate it happily. Someone will put on the neck pan black. Someone will sacrifice on herself. We're telling us that Andrew Holness and Floyd Green sign off on the sacrifice. For slaughter with to build a new city. I mean, not up to so they have to shot me for it. Them have to shoot me down for it. Floyd Green and Andrew Holness sacrifice us. And they drop all sort of thing down there on us in St. Elizabeth. All sort. Up until now, we don't know what hit us down there, but we know something hit us.
Jamaica, come close and listen very carefully. I'm about to say something very dangerous, and it's going to burn a lot of people's chest. Jamaica, listen to me and listen to me very clear. This is not party talk. This is not green versus orange. This is survival. Because when the Prime Minister's wife becomes Speaker of the House, it's no longer politics. It is a national.
And I want you to listen to every word of Fifth Element carefully. Listen, Raymond Wagwan. I want you to listen to every word of Fifth Element carefully.
Takeover. Let me say it again. So every Jamaican, every mother, every father, every elder, every youth, every policeman, every teacher, every doctor, every lawyer can feel it in them bones. When the referee of the game is married to the captain of the team, the entire match is rigged. The Speaker of the House is supposed to be impartial, non-political, non-aligned, a protector of fairness, the person that ensures that every member of parliament can challenge wrongdoing. So tell me, Jamaica, how can you be neutral when you sleep in the same house as the Prime Minister? How are you going to be impartial when the same person you're supposed to be checking is the same person you sit down with and have dinner with? Wanna see the madness yet, Jamaica? Jamaica, this is how dictatorship starts. Yes, dictatorship starts quietly. So wake up, Jamaica. Dictatorship don't come overnight. It doesn't come with soldiers on the road. And it does not come with tanks and guns. Dictatorship comes slowly, quietly. It comes through family appointments, friends on boards, donor contracts, and then shutting down anyone who speaks the truth. Jamaica, this is not a conspiracy, no. This is history. This is a pattern, and it's a fact. So what does it mean, Jamaica, when one couple holds two of the most powerful positions in the country? It means the PM controls the government, and his wife controls the parliament. And together, they control debate, decision, discipline, and discussions. This is not democracy, Jamaica. This is family rule. And you know what family rule always leads to? It leads to corruption, silencing of critics, fear in parliament, no accountability, no transparency, and no democracy. You see, every country that went downhill had the same starting point. The opposition can't talk, can't question, cannot challenge, because the speaker controls who speaks, how long they speak, if they can finish their sentence, what motions get tabled, which corruption cases can be raised, and who gets thrown out. So if the PM does something wrong, the speaker, aka his wife, can block. Yes, member, you're out of order. Sit down. Debate closed and motion denied. So tell me again, Jamaica, how we supposed to get justice? How the truth supposed to reach the public? This is a real danger, Jamaica, especially for small countries like Jamaica, because family rule equal disaster. Why? Because nations like us, Jamaica, have weaker protection. What do I mean by that? We don't have strong watchdogs. We don't have strong courts. We do not have strong investigative systems. We do not have strong media independence. And we do not have strong financial independence. So when one family becomes too powerful in this small country of Jamaica, the country becomes controlled, silenced, afraid, dependent, and corrupt. Nepotism, Jamaica, is not bad optics. Nepotism is a national danger. And while Jamaica is suffering, power is being consolidated. Look at the timing, Jamaica. We are in a hurricane disaster. People homeless, roads destroyed, hospitals collapsing, food shortage, water shortage, economic crisis, crime rising, earthquake warnings, oil drilling threats, and foreign companies taking resources. And in the middle of all of this, power is being tightened, not shared. When a country is unstable, leaders should decentralize power. But in Jamaica, they are centralizing it in one household. And Jamaica, this is how nations fall. Listen to me, Jamaica. This is not about politics. This is about structure. Take off on the green glasses, take off on the orange glasses, and for one, look at Jamaica with your own eyes, not through party color. When the PM controls the executive and his wife controls the parliament, there is no checks and balance, Jamaica. None. Zero. Finished. And a country without checks and balance is a country preparing for dictatorship. Jamaica, listen to me good. When the people in power start placing their family in the highest seat, you are no longer being governed, you are being managed. You are being handled, you are being controlled, and you are being silenced. You cannot question, you cannot challenge, you cannot oppose, and you cannot win. This is not democracy. This is not representation. Jamaica, this is capture. One family cannot lead an entire country. One house cannot control two houses of government. And Jamaica, if you don't speak now, if you don't wake up now, if you don't rise now, you're going to open your eyes one day and realize that you are living in a country where one woman, one man have the final say on the breath you breathe. So Jamaica, on a wake up now.
Me no know what else to do a blood clot. God no. Because all when the danger surround we. Me no know what else to do, you know? A long time me a talk and nobody take me serious. Me don't know what to do. All me can do is continue talking. That's all me can do. Minister of Overnight Investigation. We don't call the Minister of Overnight Investigation if you win, please. Minister of Overnight Investigation. The container them owner should dispose of the contaminated food even before the hurricane come. The easy jerk master wagwan. Minister of Overnight Investigation. The hurricane shouldn't come catch them food there, you know. Because to say, we don't have them and know about them before the hurricane. I wonder who down a Coronation Market to sell them, you know, Darrell. Jesus. Go see Weeble Camille in a Coronation Market, wrap out. Lord Jesus. The things them I do to in a this are Darrell Vaz. Then if somebody, Lord, you know, hold me back this man. Somebody hold me back this man. Darrell Vaz. The big old outer door container them. Where how much camera they container they have to pass. And you manage to do an overnight investigation and say no thief out a Bujo barrel. Darrell Vaz in a Bujo barrel. Globalist, you hit the like button, no please. You can't turn so bad. Hit the like button, man. Barrel. Barrel. You manage to do an overnight investigation and find out whenever thief out a Bujo barrel. But 4 big old container in a big yard. And somebody roll up with one silent engine truck. Spray everybody with whatever powder, everybody fall asleep. Chuck hook up container or put container upon flatbed with crane or what. Are the container them with wheel Darrell Vaz or a container where you have to put upon flatbed? What container are they, Darrell Vaz? That people couldn't take such a big 4 container in a silent. isn't the one that you would have to put on flatbed and take crane lift up and all that jazz. Minister of Overnight Investigation, John Crow. Hold on. This is what upsets me. How they take what we done. Talk it out. Upset, 4 big container Darrell bars. Somebody thief that. 4 big container of contaminated 4 foot or 40 foot, isn't it? 4 40-foot container of contaminated food that should have been disposed of. And if the government was thinking carefully, then that must have something, a priority for the government, given the society we live in, a whole everybody tries to make a buck off of everybody in every circumstances. The government no should have made that a priority to dispose those food. But then again, government, only turn bad so. How they add them food them when a container blow away and flood out and wet up. But Lord Jesus, you can never fathom our country. If you ever tap the work out Jamaica, I give you a pain ahead. Darrell Vaz, want to you less than 24-hour investigation. They not trigger again. Oh no, because Darrell Vaz the one to come out come quarrel with Buju. And Darrell Vaz the one to come out come make Buju look bad. When everybody knows that Darrell Vaz a thief, everybody knows that everybody will work out at airport and wharf a thief. We know that is no surprise. That is one of the big headache when we are send barrel. This is one of the big headache when we are travel. That's why some of with so dirty jars on top of with things them in our suitcase to fend them off. Like literally, sometimes we have to do them things to fend them off. Yeah. So don't go on like say it's not a national crisis. It's not a national shame. What shame on is because it get out to millions of people in no time. It got out, Darrell Vaz, to millions of people globally in no time because on a broke Buju barrel. On a broke Buju barrel and go in there and the whole world hear about it. And true Buju come out and say is because they have a dirty, corrupt manager. They have a dirty, corrupt overseer. That's why better is not expected of the thief them out of airport. Yeah, man, Andrew, the big top foreign people, them puppet. You know, so how much of them come visit Andrew in a second term? Oh, no, now watch the same thing there, you know. People, foreign leaders don't get up come to Jamaica without an economic interest behind it or investment interest. Foreigners, foreign leaders, president, prime ministers, and foreign secretaries, they don't visit your country unless there's an economic interest or they're given political instruction as per the American hegemon. Them not really come because your country is doing well. Them not really come because you're imported. Them come because something that they exploit. Them come because something that they thief. Them come because them know so them are come to prostitute and prostitute will lay down and open them foot and sell out the entire country and that make them come. So if you did think to say, if you did think to say something good a go on a Jamaica make them come, I come them a come to create liquor whatever left under your foot. Back to you, thief. Back to you on the beach with the drugs money. Back to you with the same people them take. But then again, how this thing figure well? Thief like Darrell Vaz, thief like Desmond McKenzie is at the helm of it. And not just thief, dunce. And when we say dunce, we mean Phil Jamal dunce, chain Apollo stick, that type of dunce, Christian Apollo stick, that type of dunce there is leading how we feel do better. Then the big overgrown fool him. The big overgrown fool. We need to get when a boy's the khaki half short pants put on you. The big overgrown fool. All him concerned about is being seen on camera. That's all. And I walk and checking people and respond to like, you see Darrell, but don't even talk about Dana here and I don't make a start on Dana this morning. You hear? Don't make me start on Dana Dixon this morning because the worst thing that ever happened to politics in our country. Is never know say a frog would be able to put on a glass and speak to the nation and on behalf of the nation. Can you imagine Jamaica? Even frogs in glasses. Even frogs in glasses. Can you imagine? Look where we reach. And then again, they celebrate, they might celebrate across the world, done, you know, because the images of Jamaica in the last 2 weeks, we done. Ketep. Ketep. We turn out in Haiti and Congo now. We turn out in Haiti, Darfur and Congo overnight. Overnight, you know? Overnight, the image and lifestyle and everything of our people change because of a wicked government who wish to carry out an international agenda. And to top it off, the international support given, you put thieving, criminal, rapist, murder Darrell Vaz at the helm of it. Andrew, all you expect we're going to come out of this shit? Happen in a disarray, government incompetent, cruel, and in chaos. How do you think we're going to come out of this? Christopher Tufton haven't got a clue. A unity government would bring in Dr. Daz's expertise to help you all guide this motherfucker, not for us to get into a national health crisis. But no, you know what? Arm up everything if you can use it with the election campaign. Pussy, we are watching. Jankro, we are watch. Because we know say everything about this disaster is about election campaign. It's not about the people. And when you ever hear they send something from foreign come in a hurricane and they not send mattress, they not send zinc, they not send tarpaulin, they not send generator. We know they send generator but you rent it, they send Starlink but you sell it. You all are a disgraceful bunch. Ono is a disgrace, not but to Jamaica, but to humanity. Rise up against Andrew Holness, Jamaica. If you don't rise up, Jamaica, you will be sorry because by the time you wake up en masse, it may be too late because the Americans are supporting his agenda and the Americans already surround you, but you can still rise up. Them no more powerful than we. We have seen many countries done it. What the fuck are we waiting for? When we see all the signs of danger surrounding, look at the treatment, Jamaica. Look at the treatment at the worst time. And even when the international community come in, they might deny us the real help. Without the support of Jamaicans on the ground and international donors and charity, the people of Jamaica would have suffered. Because the government, with a mouth like popcorn in a hot sun, has not moved an inch. Barring getting their images and their video clip to campaign for their election optics. But because you, the people, think say one little bag of food a help from government. All of the food, all of the galang we are coming to the country, you know, say still Jamaican food them and give out in all of these care packages. A Jamaica food, the international community send jankro. But we have thieving criminal Darrell Vaz at the helm of it. Darrell Vaz were even out at airport as sabotage Jamaicans were coming to help them families. And when we're telling them to wake up and not tell we say politics. How politics get it? How politics nothing in a hit? How politics nothing in a hit? Me not understand how to say take out politics out there. We call Donald Trump a pedophile. We call Keir Starmer a homosexual geek. We call Boris Johnson a fucking liar. I mean, and you all want us to have respect for Andrew Holness. These people, as corrupt as they are, they have a bit of respect to step aside when time barring Donald Trump, even when he's voted out. To step aside when it's time to step aside. When they lost integrity, when they lost the confidence of the people. But no, Philip Jankro, stick in a way like dead meat. Philip Jankro, we're in the middle of the disaster. Jankro. Make we see what Darrell Vaza do before we remind you, say, in the middle of the disaster, when Andrew Holness and Fly Green now bring the help to St. Elizabeth people, then send the land agency down there for scoop up government lands. Because it's all a land war. Andrew Holness is very sorry that places like Parity hasn't been flattened and all of us body was on the shoreline the morning after. Because that was the intention. That's why on a blast us with that tidal wave. We survived. You waste the time, motherfuckers. We survived it.
All Jamaicans that living in the US and coming down, this is the process. See them? Having a bag from Tuesday, today Friday. The flight come, and guess what? Nobody coming out with no bags. Them I tell you for God we are. This is what it's like. Don't come down here, don't come on JetBlue. Don't bring no relief come on Jamaica. This is what it is. Arms house, dirty people. Them don't give a fuck. This is what it's like. People frustrated. Them come down to help them family, and this is how we are get. Be a disrespect.
Because it's all about getting everything into the government's bottleneck. So once you now send you something over the hog pen, for then TP off, for then carry go down a Coronation Market, go up and stall down there, they're going to frustrate you. It's the same thing charities like Cajun,
I'm Chaplain Williams.
military people, them, as well as Crisis International Response is experiencing from the government. Because truthfully, the government can get for them aid, for manhandle, search and take out what they want, put in the apron pocket, then give the leftover to the people. They're having a face-off with people like Crisis International. Otherwise, they wouldn't block they wouldn't block them or give them havoc, forget them aid into the country. But while Fly Green got the whole of the labor right, but when the labor right has sent it, but when I go shock, when them start pushing off on the land, when I go shock. That's why we're big enough to wake up now. We're big enough to stand up Jamaica before we lose our country. We're on the verge of losing it. We can pull it back though. We can roll it back with unity. We can roll it back. But you can't roll it back with a love for Mark Golden and a love for Andrew Holness. You have to roll it back with a love for your children, your country, and your future, and your generational wealth. I saw you roll it back. I saw you roll it back. But not with a love for Labour and love for PNP. This bullshit is causing us more. It has never solved any problem for us. Because every election cycle, Labour and PNP give with the same promise. And whichever junk or dog in a power, which the two of them is, none of them has delivered on it. That's why We country rickety and broke down so because none of them never develop, never invest in our infrastructure. That's why people who stand up better than them roads, because people invest in their house to meet weather, but they never invest in our road, and they never invest in our school. Then why you think so much our school across the country mash up? But when we talk, we don't jump on with one bro God and one market G. We don't sit down with the fuckery Jamaica. Sit down with the two rich man, two of the richest man in Jamaica. We don't sit down and mollycoddle them and protect them while we homeless out the door, while we are beg and a suffer for water, land of food and water, oh, and we in a water crisis in our country. But still it's about protecting Labour and PNP. Me know none of the two of them. Everybody should know that and identify that for now. Me is a socialist, me is not a PNP. And me will never be a capitalist. And me will never be a JLP again. You understand? Me is Jamaica first. Me not come here to protect rich people like some of the fools. Me not come to protect rich people like some of the fools. Because all of the politicians, them want to kill one another over. All of the politicians, them want to tirade over. In one year, they become rich. In 1 year, they become rich. Look at us now. We can't criticize Haiti and Africa again, Jamaica, because we used to rub up with chess. We used to rub up with chess when we see certain image on TV and say that's Haiti or Africa. We can't do it again. We arrive. Jamaicans, we have arrived. What we did tell you on a one on a boat all the time. We have arrived. What's your next move? What the next move, Jamaica? Can we arrive, you know? It's no longer Haiti or Africa. Is that Haiti, Africa, or is it Jamaica? We have arrived. Wake up and open your eyes. And that we're asked gonna do. We can't sell out to themselves to people who are already rich and make plans for themselves and enforce rules on the own. Don't even understand say coming. This is the problem with this, with us Jamaicans. We are so politically dunce. We are so politically dunce. John Combine, don't come here and tell me bullshit. PNP is as much as a failure as JLP, and the whole lot don't know that bullshit. We don't stop blame Anjo for all of Jamaica woes. Anjo get a mash up, rickety tickety broke down country. We don't stop it. We don't hypocrites. Hypocrites. We don't stop it. That's why Jamaica in this position. Because we sit down and go on like a Anjo one make Jamaica run down. Jamaica has not been developed by any of these lots. We don't stop blame Anjo one for Jamaica, wow. Yes, we know say him worse than everybody else. But we don't stop going like Anjo did get a well-decent country and he broke it down. We don't stop that bullshit. But don't blame PNP for nothing. PNP is as bad as, that's why I say PNP a dog, as Andrew described them, and Labour writer John Crow. PNP a puss and Labour writer. The two of them are thief, the two of them are wicked, the two of them corrupt, the two of them promise where the two of them fail, the two of them every administration, them end up in a more corruption than more, but good what they do to the country. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. This is the problem Uno have. Why Uno cannot even look at the broader picture. Never even mind have a conversation of the broader picture. Because Uno blind Uno party, tribalry and loyalty. Wake up and stop the fuckery. Wake up and stop it. You all are too blind. You all are too servitude to your political masters. Cut the bullshit. And look at what is in it for us as a nation. Look at where we are going. When Gilbert in a 1988 and 99, when the PNP them kept come up in a power, them help thief off the PNP, the same thing they zinc Danik, but they get caught up in the same thing they zinc them as well. Uno don't go on like a Andrew one destruct Jamaica. Andrew just finished beat down way from Siaga to Bruce Golden to Michael Manley was the only builder in Jamaica. Michael Manley was the only builder in Jamaica. The rest of them, JLP and PNP, are all failures. Every administration that came behind Michael Manley was failure up until this one, which is the mammoth failure. They are all failure. They not once they have delivered on their promise. So land agency don't black about scoop up government land. Land agency that black about scoop up government land, and government don't bring no help, no resources to the people. Without vloggers, without entertainers and artists and celebrities and foreign helpers, KFC, the Chinese, them, and everybody who brought resources to our community. Thank you. Without Uno, dog, would anyone we suffer down at St. Elizabeth? Dog would anyone we suffer down there? Without Uno. Without Uno, dog would have Nyam or supper in St. Elizabeth if we dare wait upon the government. If we dare wait upon the government who sign off upon the sacrifice, see hit me with a hurricane, possible earthquake and tidal wave at the same time, because if we not see we community, we don't have to understand, say, I never normal galangin, go on a St. Elizabeth and Black River. They bomb them, but then Japan we down there. We just have to go look on the creator them in my community, and government, send land agency, the same government we organize concert all over the world, you know. All over the world. I mean, when all hands on deck, when we hear this phrase say all hands on deck, we never know say, okay, Babsy, you go there and gather up what you can to use the concert to promote yourself, and whatever you make out of it, that's your retirement money. Darrell, me and Tufton make ourselves well out of COVID. It is now for you and Desmond and Charles to, I mean, they're all sharing it up while we are getting fuck all.
I'm Chaplain Williams. I'm from the National Land Agency. I'm the supervisor for topographic data management. Today we're here in Black River, and my team and I were mapping the entire town and its environs as well. We're doing it for recovery purposes as well as to find those government lands that can be used as a part of the recovery planning process.
For the average Jamaican.
When you ask a nation to rise up, Royal, our name there, no, VIP remote health, it's irrespective of who is the head of state. You rise up, you push them out, and you form a new government, and we write a new constitution, and we form a government. It's time we cut this bullshit. It's not working, and it will never work. Our politicians are too corrupt, too self-centered, and too narcissistic for it to ever work for us.
What does that mean?
Well, for the average Jamaicans, what it means is that the government, through the arm of the National Land Agency, is trying to find those lands that are within the area that was affected, that can be used whether to house persons who are displaced, or for new industries, for whatever purposes it is that the government wants, based on what the plans are going forward for Black River, then those lands can be used for those purposes.
If Jamaicans want to get more information on the plans, future plans, based on your evaluation, how can they go about getting that information?
Okay, well, based on what needs to be done, the Parish Council, which would be the Black River Parish Council, they will be the ones who would lead that process, but also the government, from the perspective of the local government ministry, would also play a part, and also the ODPEM, because they are in charge of the whole recovery process as well. Yeah.
Yeah. They're coming. They are coming. Whether you believe it or not, or whether you understand it or not, they are coming. So we want a swift investigation from the Minister of Overnight Investigation, and we want a swift conclusion. Cameras check and all witnesses spoken to. Overnight, and a conclusion in the morning of the 4. Big, old, long, 40-foot container. If people can thief such a big galang in Darrell Vaz, where you have to drive pan road past how much a Jamaica eye camera and how much a private camera, then it's more than highly likely that Buju Barrel in a room or a storing area was gone into. I mean, work the logic out, Darrell. Where the size of the container up to Buju's stove and Starlink? There. Boy, Darrell Vaz, fool. And a thief container. I know through bush you walk within, but then again, containers are always a suspicious thing in our country. Remember, they will just normally drop from the sky with chicken. You remember? Valerie Johnson. You know that container just dropped from the sky with frozen chicken in our country, is it not? So, in a hard for container, I wonder if flood came after the hurricane and washed them away. That could be an explanation, you know. That could be an explanation that maybe there was an overnight flood, because you know, Darrell Vaz, things like to happen overnight in your case, Darrell Vaz. Maybe there was an overnight flood that we're not aware of. But why were the contaminated food not disposed of before the hurricane is another major health crisis question to ask. Why? Hold it, Darrell and Tufton. How we are going to identify 2 pounds of cornmeal in a transparent plastic bag, say out of the contaminated bag of cornmeal? How, Darrell Vaz? If Ono, what did for security? Ono, what did for dispose it? Thief and rapist Darrell Vaz allow Sheila, Choctaw, Crane, and haulage and flatbed to come there. All of them put silence upon anything, you know. And all of them make themselves invisible driving through Jamaica, because the 40-foot container can't hold in a pocket purse nor handbag Darrell Vaz. This should be a more clean-cut investigation than Buju Barrel, you know, Darrell. This year should have been a more clear-cut investigation than Buju Barrel. So we're asking for an overnight investigation, Minister, and we're asking for a conclusion by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Because we know you have the expertise to do it. We know your ministry is that expeditious, Darrell Vaz. So can we have an overnight investigation with all cameras checked, all people spoken to, and if possible, talk to all the truck and the trailer them too, because you have overnight, you have time to do all of this. But I'm sure with the alacrity that we've seen you exercise in that investigation, I mean, Andrew should promote you to Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of National Security, should he? Andrew! Shouldn't you promote Darrell Vance? No. In a national crisis, have you all seen or heard from Horace Chang anytime recently, or so on and so forth? Can we have Yamhead, please? Have anyone seen or heard of Horace Chang? Because I haven't seen much of him. And national security matters at this time. Isn't they telling us to stay in our yard? Anyway, me I go eat my food here now. I cook bulgur this morning. Bulgur with kidney bean. You all would call it bulgur rice and peas. Some of you would call it. Traditionally, down our country, when we cook bulgur, we would cook curry chicken because we recreate our school lunch, because our school lunch used to be bulgur and curry chicken back. But this man, they feel like brown stew. So, yeah. I go eat my food now. You know, make Jamaica people stress me out. Who are we wake up and ready to see? We'll make the move and do what we have to do. Those of you who will have to be left behind, you will just have to be left behind. When you will just have to be left behind. But the PNP will not fail we, and I'll tell you why you are. Have the power to get rid of Juliet Holness. You never had the power in the last parliament. But in this parliament, your voting power moves up, which the government depends on your voting assistance to reach a 2/3 majority legislatively. You must wave that big stick in the interest of the nation, and I'll tell you why. This yamhead question mark at the end. We will not get any meaningful debate in our parliament. We'll not get any questions answered in our parliament. The nation will be blocked from understanding what goes on in our parliament when people like Nikita Bertel is meant to get up and just ask, can we get yamhead question mark at the end? That's not how the highest office in our land operate. That office, if you don't understand the law, Miss Holness, it demands an ambiguity. Everything must be clear and understood and be certain, you stupid idiot, you market stall witch. Not that there's a problem with market stall people. I used to be in Mandeville Market myself. But she carries the attitude everywhere she goes. Does she not? Very ghetto. Very ghetto. But then the evil print out Panarino. Because when you see her these days, you have to wonder, is that a statue made in China, or is it really the so-called First Lady? I hear you all saying, oh, they don't respect the First Lady. She does not deserve the respect of a First Lady. When you climb up into the dog-eat-dog bat and ball of politics, you have to be prepared to wallow like a pig that she is. If she wanted a First Lady treatment, she should have stayed out of politics and go into charity accounting and whatever bullshit she can find to do. The moment she crosses our path, she will be treated like the fucking pig that she is. It is as simple as that. We cannot separate the First Lady from the political dragon and the gangster and the gunman and tranny that the Prime Minister marries to. All right? For those of you who ask of that, that is my answer. All right? I mean, I'm going to push up this yamhead woman in our face where we can't understand anything we are going in a parliament because I wait to ask that question, Juliet Holness. Minister, in the interest of time, given how we have been ravished by the hurricane in the southwest and northwest of the country, what assistance will the government be giving us in order to get our farming back up and running? That's the way to phrase a question, you piece of shit, when asking it. If you just ask, can we get yam head? Question mark at the end. Nobody understand. It makes no sense, you idiot. You idiot. But then again, if you shout at the idiot would only hear that you shout but doesn't understand why you shout. Understand? Anyway, anybody had there else to me bite off before we go? And yes, for those I know who come for hear the mix up this morning, the only thing I have to say, tell Marvin me willing to give up my name and address, providing him can pay me, but me not get free. But make sure him give back the woman him money, or him sure say him don't change the check, or it don't come in an account, or whatever. And they can sue me because I'm not afraid. When you notice, enjoy the classic political. Come see him put out one video, I think Friday did yesterday. Me see him put out one video. Oh, my lawyer said I must not speak. Bullshit. It's the to pull a wool over the people. My attorney said I must not speak. Bullshit. Come and deny what I said, that you did get in a problem with the same crypto scamming and you have to run up and down and borrow money. Andre was one of the one who you went. Move, you scammer. Anyway, if you were here for the mix-up this morning, Abe, you know, get it. Thank you very much. Join us back this evening for the people's point of view. And we will certainly use or stick to wave at them. Right? Alrighty. See you later.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it pick a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people day. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen him. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part: if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the didn't can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. Big man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta. I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. and throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to a wicked man. Oh, what a black him and throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to a wicked man. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black, big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.